So guys, it's game day. I'll be heading up to the game around. Game kicks off at 6 o'clock here in Austin. I'll be at the game for Texas versus Wyoming. Sorry I didn't make a video previewing the game during the week. I usually try not to do it on game day because I try to do two videos in one day. But it was hard for me to think of the best way to preview this game. As many of you know, but those of you don't, believe this weekend or Monday, I can't remember the exact time, but a few Wyoming's players were in a car accident late at night. One of them died, a freshman linebacker. I'm going to try to get his name right, and Wyoming fans, please correct me if I say this wrong, but Ruben Narcise, he was killed in the accident. I believe the other guys were injured. I'm not sure how many were in the car. He wasn't driving. And from what I've read, though, no alcohol or drugs were involved. It was just, guy was tired, it was late at night, fell asleep at the wheel, and ran off the side of the road. We've all driven when we're a little bit too tired to be out there driving, and we've done it quite a bit. I know I did that last year. I went to Stillwater for the Oklahoma State game. A couple of times you just get you zone out on the road, and these guys weren't lucky enough to to be safe that way. Before the game, we're going to have a moment of silence for him. I believe in the report I read, Mac Brown said that the band, the Longhorn band, will play a song for him. I know we're going to play the Wyoming school song because I don't think Wyoming's going to bring their band. But I'm not sure if that's what he's talking about or if we got a special tribute for him. But we'll see later today. Also, already planned though today was since it's the anniversary of 9/11, and I don't think it's just special for Texas. I think that all over college football, at least, or most of it, is going to do we're going to do a tribute to first responders for 9/11. So that'll be part of it as well. So it's going to be a pretty sombering opening day, or opening home game for the Texas Longhorns. That's rough, losing a guy, a freshman who never really got a chance to experience college football. We talk about all the time, before the season, we talked about the Wyoming game, how this was another cupcake for Texas, another, way for Texas to get their feet under them, try to get a look at this new offense. And, it is. We talk about these teams and, which teams are better, which are worse. These guys play better than these guys. But at the end of the day, they're all guys. They're all real people. And, whether you play for the Wyoming Cowboys or the Texas Longhorns, you're just, as a person to your team, you're just that important. You're important as anyone else. So it's going to be rough this season for Wyoming. Last year, the first half against Wyoming over there in Laramie, they gave us a run at the first half. In the second half, we were able to pull away. They put that freshman quarterback who we starting today. He's mobile. He's able to so he's going to give us some trouble there. Zone reads and throwing the ball and stuff of that sort. It's going to be interesting to see how Wyoming responds to that, even today and the rest of the year. Because when something like this happens, you either get a team who really responds in a positive way and tries to to rise up and fight, or some that just shell shocked. And neither one's right or wrong. It's that's something I've never experienced. I've never had a teammate die of mine. Now, the Longhorns do have experienced something like this back in 2001, which ironically was during the year that the 9/11 attacks happened. Not connected in any way, but still, a connection nevertheless. Cole Pittman was involved in a car accident and died during here. It was during the Mac Brown era. So Mac Brown, he knows what it's like to have one of your guys die tragically, just completely unexpectedly. So the Wyoming Cowboys, their fans, the team, the Longhorns fans will do what we can to show respect to you guys. You guys will probably, usually we boo the team coming out, though I will say for Texas Longhorns fans, we don't usually boo as loud unless it's like Texas Tech or Texas A&M running out there. I'm not going to sit here and talk because we're all classy and stuff. It's usually because we're bored. That's usually what it is. But I think you'll get a good show of respect. Hopefully that Austin treats you well and the rest of the year. Another connection in this game. Unless this doesn't mean as much, but what will be drawn upon is next week Boise State plays Wyoming. More than likely Wyoming will probably lose in both games against us today and next week against Boise. There will be connections drawn. Which team beat Wyoming worse. I don't expect Texas to whip Wyoming that bad. One, I think Wyoming will come out and play hard, harder than they probably would have. Just because they have that motivation, they have someone they're playing for, and you always have to respect that, and you always have to protect against that. Just on the football field. Also, though, I do think at a point Texas will be able to pull away and shut this game down. I think with this better running game and the fact that Mac Brown usually calls the dogs off anyways, I think with the situation we're in, I don't think that we're really going to try to pile it on, try to pile up stats. Mac Brown's hasn't been that guy in a while, but I really think he's going to try to make his effort to not do that this week. Next week, Boise State, not saying that Boise State and Chris Peterson are just classless or won't do anything, but I do think Boise State will probably be able to put up more points on Wyoming than Texas will this week. So we'll have that debate later on, who's better, what, but right now that doesn't matter. Speaking from the less important but necessary football aspect of the game today, I would like to see Gilbert throw the ball more. I'd like to see the running game be more effective than it was last week against Rice. Defensively, though, I think we just need to make, we're solid on defense. Just make the plays. We had 2 pick sixes that we dropped. You can't have that, especially later on in the season. So, hopefully, this is once again, though, in essence, this game is a tune-up game for next week in Lubbock when we play Texas Tech. I don't think Gilbert will throw the ball as much as I'd like to see him and most Longhorns fans, but that's the offense we're living in. I think next week we will get to see that because we're probably going to have to if we want to keep up with the Red Raiders. So, the Wyoming Cowboys and their fans, you're in our thoughts and our prayers. We don't know how you feel right now, but we can imagine it, and we know it's not fun, and it is a sad day. So, Wyoming, I'll make a video later on after the game when I get back. It kind of sucks that the game's at 6, and so I'm probably going to miss a lot of the big games this week today. But it's my last year as a senior here at Texas, so and I've always gone under the home games anyway. So that's just one of the things you have to do as a student here. Got to go to the games, support the guys in person. And I got great suits, so I'm like on the 7th row, so it's awesome. Be a senior in college and get your season tickets. It's awesome. So Wyoming, hope it's a good game. And Longhorns can take care of business. And we'll see you guys later today after the game. Hook 'em horns.